Hello, and happy Sunday, everyone. Today is Sunday on July 10th, 2022. For those of you who are not aware, you are watching Joanne's Healing Within, and I'm your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, your certified holistic personal trainer, intuitive healer, cosmic energy reader, medical astrologer, master of numerology, and the creator of the Chakra Balance Numerology Cosmic Energy Forecast deck. And today I'm in my element. I'm in my playground at work today, as you can see at Holistic Fitness right here in Queens. So let's start off by share, like, and comment on today's show. If you happen to have missed, was I here last week? I think I was here last week. I don't even remember. It just seems like such a fog to me, but I think I was here last week. Yes, I was. I had my amazing guest on last week, Lisa Nice. She was speaking about skincare. So if you missed last week's episode, please go and watch her show. And there is a flyer with her information on it from last week's show. You can watch her and find out about skincare, taking care of your skin at nighttime, doing whatever rituals you need to do to keep your skin healthy from inside out. So, and you can watch this on all the major platforms, but to name a few, on the replays, you have Roku, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Amazon Fire TV, and Twitch. All right, so now, how are you all feeling today? I know I'm feeling a little, I don't know, out of sorts, I guess. I guess that's the word I'm going to use, out of sorts. And why am I feeling out of sorts? Because there is a lot of energy going on with our planets right now. But before I dive into that, I do want to give a shout out to our amazing advertising partners that do make each show run week after week. And as I just mentioned, we talked about Lisa Nice already. She's our independent beauty consultant of Mary Kay. Then we also have Gabrielle. I can't say her last name for the life of me. She's our medical intuitive and founder of Alive Health Solution. Dr. Terry Morse. She's the doctor of natural medicine. Then we also have Kitty Foss and Amy Martin. They're the host of Intuition of the Soul. CJ Ives Lopez. Oh, she's one of my favorites, and I'm not allowed to really say that, but she is one of my favorites. She's the host and the publisher of the Author's Porch podcast and magazine. And just want to give a little shout out there. The newest magazine is now out and available. You can get it on Amazon. Yes. And you're definitely going to read my column, Cosmic Corner. It's all about what's going on for the month of Cancer season. We also have Joe Monkman. He's our shamanic healing practitioner and wellness advocate. Nick Rafter. He is our real estate agent and also writer, editor, and journalist. So if you have that book or blog you're looking to write, reach out to him. Last but not least, Kendrick Greer. He's our astrologer. He's also my mentor. I've been studying under him for over 10 years and super excited to have him as my mentor. And he's also our guest today, but we're going to get into that in a little while. But before I do, just like I said a little second ago, is that I'm feeling a little out of sorts. I don't know about you guys. Are you guys feeling a little out of sorts, maybe dismantled, so to speak, or like time is just really moving fast all of a sudden and it's like trying to catch up? Or is it just my world? Not sure. But let me share a little bit with you to why this might be taking place. As I mentioned, our planets are always working for us, doing some amazing things for us to get us to where we got to go. And every one of us are experiencing some sort of spiritual evolution. Every one of us are learning something about ourselves on a deeper level. And every one of us are experiencing things that perhaps there's no explanation to why we're experiencing it. So here's what we have. I want to share this with you. If you need to grab a pen and paper, I'll give you that 30 seconds to do just that. Because I want to share with you some planets that are in retrograde as we speak, and another planet that's going to be joining that group of retrogrades. So to start off with, as you already know, we have Pluto in retrograde in Capricorn, has been in retrograde for quite some time, and will actually go direct in October. So we still have a little while where Pluto is helping to really destroy, and I hate to use that word that way, but I need to. It's really helping to destroy what no longer serves your purpose. And that could look like your career, that could look like relationships, that could look like Your health is being turned upside down. So this way here, you can start to really heal from inside out. So if these things are happening for you, do not be afraid. Go with it. Go in and see how you can uncover this new version of you. Then we also have Neptune that has just recently gone retrograde in Pisces. Neptune is our planet of spiritual awakening. It's about tapping into what's beyond what you can see. Perhaps there's no explanation for things. And every one of us are going to be experiencing things, and really, again, with the help of Pluto and Neptune, really tying up those loose ends that no longer serve, so we can evolve into this different version of ourselves. In addition to Pluto and Neptune, we have Saturn. Saturn's in retrograde in Aquarius, and this is all about your structure, your peoples, the different places you go to. You might actually find yourself going to new places where people are more like you. The expression is connecting with like-minded folks that are going to help raise you up as opposed to blow you down. Because again, if you are hanging around people that are not able to visualize your dream, then they're not your people. So you really want to be around people that's going to praise you, oppose you, and push you to get you where you have to go. And then along with Saturn retrograde in Aquarius, the newest one that's going to be going retrograde is Chiron in Aries. And that's going to take place, I believe it's this week, because we're already on the 10th, well, by the end of the week. That's going to take place on July 17th. Chiron is our planet of the wounded healer. And it's in Aries, which is about the first house. So it's about self. It's about your inner child wounds that may start to surface. Because when we go retrograde, the planet goes retrograde, it just means things are going to go backwards slowly, helping us to go back to things that need our attention. Now, I want to also make this note here that by the end of July 28th, we're also going to have Jupiter going retrograde. And Jupiter is the planet of expansions and gifts. And why I'm bringing that one up, because it's a little further out, because that's also going to go retrograde in Aries energy. So we have Chiron and we got Jupiter, both in Aries, which means it's a lot of internal work that we're going to be doing. And again, we have Pluto, we have Neptune, and we have Saturn that's helping us really peel off what no longer serves. So you may very well be in this process right now of shifting gears, pulling out of a lane that no longer serves and moving into a lane, or you might find yourself getting off at the next exit because that exit no longer serves you. And don't ask me why I chose to use the whole process of driving from lanes to lanes and then getting off the exit. Not sure why I chose that, but that's what I heard, and that's what I chose to share with you. So what I would love to do to start off with is I want to shake up our cards. And I'm just going to give a shout out to those who are hopping in with us on Facebook. Give a shout out to Lisa Nice. Nice of her to be here with us. And considering she's one of our advertising partners, thank you, Lisa, for being here. Anybody else who pops in, just say hi. Let me know that you're here. Share out the show. I'd appreciate it. And put a comment or two in. So what I like to do is I'm going to shuffle up the cards. And I'm going to help you find out one chakra to work with today to align yourself to these retrogrades and the retrogrades that are coming. And I also want you to put on the very bottom of that paper that you're writing on that by September, we're going to have probably about 7 planets in retrograde. It's going to be a big time for many of us to go through those evolutions. And that makes a lot of sense, and I'll be sharing more about that as we get closer. So let's see for now what chakra we need to use to work on so we can be aligned with these planets that are in retrograde to help us get through where we got to get through. Our card happens to be in reverse. And it's all about creativity. Creativity. So when we think about our creativity, what is your creativity? How do you use your creativity to help you raise your vibration? If you are feeling a little bit out of sorts, like I said I was, creativity might be a really good thing. So that could look like for you writing, singing, dancing, baking, drawing, whatever it is, it's time to use your creativity. Card shows in reverse though, so perhaps you're not in your creative flow. So if you're not in your creative flow, what can you do to get into your creative flow? Our number is 6-6. That 6 energy is associated with the overall universal energy year, which is 2022. It is about healing. This is our year to heal. Now, in order to heal, we have to experience challenges and lessons so we can heal from inside out, and healing our mind, body, and spirit. That sixth energy is associated with your body. It's associated with your home, and your home is with the shelter you live in, but also your body you live in as well. That six is associated with Virgo energy, which is about scheduling time to be in your creative flow, scheduling time to heal, scheduling time to be home and being quiet, allowing yourself that quiet time so you can really discover who you are on a deeper level. Now, let's add those two numbers up. 6 and 6 is 12. Now, before we dive into anything else and take it to a single digit, I do want to note that 12 is what I like to call a portal number. And that portal is all about the entity between the spiritual realm and the human realm is really thin right now, which gives us this ability to connect with spirit and have conversations. And bringing that into our mind and connection here, let's also look at the factor of tomorrow's date, which is the 11th, which is another portal. We are in a handful of portals. We can even look at today's date, 6/10/2022, which is a portal as well, a magnificent portal of your foundation, because when you added up, that 6 is 12, and then that 1 is 13, which is also a portal, which brings us into that 4 energy, which is your foundation. So here's your card, that 12, which is 3. Let's talk about that 3 connecting to Mercury right now. Mercury is in Cancer energy, which is about our home, our family, healing, nurturing. Communication is the key as Mercury sits in Cancer, allowing us to have conversations with family and friends and being that energy as well. Now let's talk about that chakra, solar plex energy. Solar plex is allowing yourself to trust and not feeling, the word I'm hearing is not feeling tainted. I don't know why I'm hearing the word tainted. Anyway, not feeling as though what you're seeing or hearing isn't true. If you're trying to share your insights with someone from an experience you had and no one can agree with you, no one is saying that they heard what you heard, it's not about that. It's about you believing and trusting in what it is you heard, what it is you saw, and you knowing that that was for you. That's your message. And just trusting it. Trusting that there's a bigger purpose to what is going on right now. And sometimes there's no explanation to what is going on right now. So again, being a creative flow, because it is in reverse, it really is about tapping into your solar plex, allowing yourself to come back into faith. Come back into faith and reminding yourself that whatever is going on right now is supposed to be happening to take us to where we have to go. So that's our card for today. Just going to give a shout out. Again, some others are joining us. We have Robin here, and then we also have, yes, Robin says that this COVID is definitely a lesson for her. Now, sorry, Robin, that you're not feeling well. But yeah, since we spoke about COVID just for a second, those of you who are experiencing COVID right now, recognize that that's a gateway. That is a gateway to connect with your body and ask your body what area of your body is COVID being the symptom, where the symptom is actually showing up. And whatever that area is, spend time in that area and connect and find out what it is you're supposed to be learning about this experience, because that's all it is. COVID is just a name, it's a symptom, but it's a gateway to help you really discover who you are from the inside out. But do feel better, Robin, do feel better. With that being said, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Well, I'm going to take a quick commercial break. I always say we because I always have spirits around. You may not see them, but they're here. And when I get back, I'm going to have my amazing guest with me, and we're going to be chatting about astrology as the love language. I was getting ready to sing there. Woohoo! Anyway, I'll be right back.
Hi guys, I'm Kendrick Cortez Greer, personal astrologer and astrological counselor here in Brooklyn, New York. I've been an astrologer for over 23 years now, providing astrological readings, counseling sessions, workshops, and corporate events all throughout the tri-state area. I've been very blessed and lucky to have clients all throughout the United States and beyond. If you're interested in a reading that is warm, heartfelt, honest, and conducive to speaking to one of your best friends, please contact me at 917-863-7528. You can also email me at kendrickstar@gmail.com. That's Kendrick, STAR, @gmail.com. And for you Insta people, find me on Instagram at Kendrick Cortez Astrology. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Toodles.
If you are turned off by conventional medicine and their mantra, "Do you want meds for that?" there's a better option. I'm Gabriella Mihalichin, medical intuitive and healer. Let me help you find the root cause of your illness and guide you through healing. My intuitive method directs your body to heal itself and removes barriers to healing. I invite you to schedule a session today at alivehealthsolutions.com.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. For those of you who are just tuning in, I'm your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, and I do have my amazing guest, but before I go ahead and introduce him, let me just review. For those of you who are just tuning in, please go ahead and share, like, and comment. Know that you can catch the earlier part of today's show on most of the platforms: Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. I think I mentioned some of them, if not all of them. Anyway, some exciting things going on in our world right now with our planets. Just want to mention our card for today. I think it's an important card. It was in reverse. It is about the solar plexus, which is reminding us to trust where we are and trust that whatever we're experiencing, we don't need to get an explanation for it. We don't need to know the why. Just trust and have faith that it's taking you to where you got to go. The number 66 works out to be 12, which is a portal to help us get to where we have to go, but it also drops down to a 3, which is connected to that Mercury Cancer energy, which is where the sun is today. And it's associated with family, home, healing, our mothers, the relationships we have with our mothers, the things we're mothering for that mother and smothering for that matter. Concentrate on your creativity. Make sure you are in your creative flow as we move forward, because by being more creative, it raises our vibration. But make note, the card's in reverse. I'm going to kind of be curious to see how this card is going to play into what Kendrick's going to be sharing today. As some of you may not know, my amazing guest, Kendrick Greer, he's our astrologer. He's also my mentor and many other things, a friend as well. So Kendrick, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi guys, how you doing? I'm Kendrick. I'm a personal astrologer. I've been doing it for around 25 years. I reside in Brooklyn, and I'm open for readings, constellations, and also workshops. So, and Joe, I'm looking forward to talking about our subject today, which is astrology as a love language.
Yes. I love it. I love the title. When you sent that title to me, I was like, oh, wow, that. I'm always looking at it as astrology is our GPS, but you reminded me it's also our love language. So share a little bit about that. What does that mean for you?
Well, astrology is how up there, which I call all the planets and the sun, the moon, and how it affects us. And we look at it as a way as like how people think it affects our personalities per se. And it touches on that a bit because it gives us particular characteristics, and we have the choice on how we use those characteristics on how we get along in everyday life. And love is a big part of that. So, you know, we have everything from romantic love, which is probably one of the most popular ones within astrology, but we can't forget we have self-love. We have love that we give to our family and our friends. We have also love of nature and pets. And then we have a bigger love, which is humanitarian love. And so all that is connected, and it's interesting to how astrology touches all of that.
Yes, I love that. Yes, and I truly believe with all the love that we do have out there, self-love is actually a really important aspect for us to really start to practice more. So we don't have to, we wouldn't be so dependent on the outside love. When we really learn how to love ourselves, then we just easily attract the external love as well.
It's so true. It's so true. Well, since we're talking about love as a love as a language in astrology. Let's talk about some of the placements or areas of astrology that is really popular with love and how it is. So the first thing that comes to mind is Venus, the planet Venus. We all know that is connected not only to our creative and connections, it's also a big planet, probably the biggest when it comes to love. And Venus is associated with two particular signs. You have Libra and you have Taurus. So when you think about love, that's some of the signs in astrology that come to mind. Libra in pop astrology is known as this glittery, beautiful area that's in love with love. You know, they tease with that. Taurus is also a Venus sign, but Taurus is probably more connected to the love of nature, the love of beautiful things, the love of smells, food. All those things are associated as well. Going back to Libra, Libra may be number one if I had to make a list because I'll tell you why. Because not only is it ruled by Venus, the house that it's associated with is the seventh house. And seventh house is also the house of marriage. So not only is Libra Venus drowned, it's also connected to the seventh house, which is partnership and marriage, and it's all connected to love. So Libra probably wins the race in terms of pop astrology. You know what I mean?
Got it. Got it.
I also think about the water signs when it comes to love. Pisces probably is number one when it comes to that section because Pisces is all about everything that is beautiful, glitzy as well. It's a dreamy sign. Its planet is Neptune. So when it comes to like the dreaminess of love, they tease with Pisces as being, you know, some of those loving individuals that are also connected to. I think about almost like a telenovela or a soap opera when I think of my Pisces friends and family members. So I think that's cute. But also, let's not forget the other water signs. Scorpio is a very big one because Scorpio is connected to the eighth house. And let's not forget the eighth house is connected to deep connections and also intimacy. It's also called one of like the sexual houses as well. And sex is a big part of love. So Scorpio is right up there with some of the others. And I also think about Cancer. Cancer is the last water sign. It's connected to more of a nurturing love and a family love. And that's some of the best love that we can receive, if you ask me, you know.
Yes,
so,
yes. Go ahead.
Oh, and I was just going to say, one of the last signs that stand out is Leo, because it is connected to the heart and it's connected to love. So Leos also love deeply and they love at a big level too. I mean, some astrologers would argue that Leos probably love greater than any of the signs because they are associated with the heart. And when they do love, they put their lovers on a pedestal. And it's true, deep, loyal love, which you don't find too much in some of the fire signs and air signs. I mean, we're all humans and we love greatly, of course, especially, you know, when we are batty-eyed and you know, falling in love and have that first area of love and the flirty area. But Leo is one of those signs that take it deeper and take it to another level.
Yes, I love the fact, and of course I'm going to put this on me being selfless. I'm going to be selfless. You know, when you mentioned about the Scorpio, the Cancer, and the Pisces, I must literally be flooding in love, considering, you know, my sun sign is Pisces, rising sign is Cancer, my hubby's sun sign is Cancer, his rising sign is Scorpio. So, woo, I must be swimming in love. This is amazing. I love that.
Well, you better believe it. I've known you for a long time and you're full of love and you have love all surrounded around you. I mean, it's a great testament to, like, you know, how long you've been with your partner too, and the depth and the understanding. Love includes all of that. So we can't forget that. Speaking of understanding in other parts, let's talk about parts of one's chart that love falls in as well. Let's look at the moon. The moon is associated with how we feel, our likes. It's associated with affection. So if you're looking at someone's chart and you're reading a chart, go to an astrologer like myself. It's important to look at certain areas. So one of the areas I would look at is the moon. If you have a water sign moon, oh my gosh, even more of this lovey-dovey energy. If you have a Leo moon, like we talked about earlier, Leo is a big, strong sign when it comes to love. That moon connected to those particular signs will heighten your love area. So if you think of certain signs that may appear not as warm and affectionate. Like maybe let's think of some of the air signs, like maybe Gemini or Capricorn. If these people have a water sign moon or one of the other signs that I mentioned earlier in their moon sign, they will come off more affectionate than people, their counterparts of that particular sign. So I also love looking at the moon area to give me a touch on how a person loves. That's in addition to Venus, like I was saying earlier. Another area of the chart that I will take a look at is the fifth house, because fifth house is associated with that love, that particularly like the new love, that fresh love is connected with that, and not surprisingly, it is connected to Leo as well. So Leo is connected to that fifth house area. Also, if I'm looking at a person's chart, I can dabble into the second and eighth houses as well, because those goes back to self-worth and also that deep connection and intimacy area as well. So I will take a look at the second house, self-worth, how you look at yourself. Give an example. If you have someone with like maybe a Taurus or Scorpio second house, their self-worth is very confident. It's there. They know what they're about. And I think when you have that particular level of self-worth, you're capable of giving a better love, So I always take a look at that. Very similar is that eighth house of that intimacy, maybe passion, deep connection. That's connected to Scorpios. So when you do meet Scorpios, when they love you, they truly love you. And the opposite too, if they dislike you, God forbid, you're on their shit list.
I love that. Yes.
But I do trust it. And it's also honest, very, very honest love too. And sure love. And that's a good thing to have. Yeah.
I love that. So here's what we have to do, Kendrick. You're going to let us know how people can reach you, because we do have to take a commercial break. So how can everyone reach you?
Well, a very quick way is to just email me. You can email me at kendrickstar@gmail.com. That's KENDRICKSTAR@gmail. And you can also find me on certain social media apps. Instagram, you can find me at Kendrick Cortez Astrology. And if they know you're so popular, Joe, they can find you and you can hook me up.
Yes, it seems to be that's the case. I'm so popular. Woohoo! All right, guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, you might want to have a pen and paper, because I keep thinking to myself, I have paper here, but I should have brought a pen, because Kendrick's got some really great insight that you might want to jot down. Otherwise, you'll have to come back and rewatch it anyway. But we're going to take that quick commercial break.
Hi, my name is Lisa Nice, and I'm an independent beauty consultant for Mary Kay. I'm also a single mom of 5 and a physical therapist, so I love Mary Kay because it fits so nicely into my lifestyle. New year, new you. I'm looking for 15 faces, and it's a free either facial or a glam look. You get free samples, and you get entered to win a $200 Beautiful Kate Spade bag. So if anything about this commercial has interested you, like number 1, the opportunity, number 2, be a face. So call me, 908-546-0266. Try it, you're gonna love it.
Each of us has a mission. What's your mission? Would you like to become a community health resource specialist so you can help your family and your community? For more information on this new training, email me at terry@morsewellness.com. That's TERRY@MORSE wellness.com. You can become a community health resource specialist.
Hey, this is Joe Monkman, and I am a personal development trainer. And that means that I help people step into their leadership roles, take their place as a visionary, really understand their own mastery in the world so that they can really find their place at the buffet of life. And if you want to know more, you can find me on my Facebook page at Joe Monkman and joemonkman@gmail.com.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. For those of you who are just tuning in, I'm your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne. And I have my amazing guest, Kendrick Greer, our astrologer here. And we were just chatting about astrology as the love language and what specific zodiac signs are, as we shall say, the love language. So, for example, Kendrick's going to share just one, but then I'm going to suggest that you go back and watch later on the replay. And you could do that on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, you know. But Kendrick, just share with us that just one of the zodiac signs that is the love language.
Well, I keep going back to Libra because I think it may be number one.
That's because you have Libra in your sign. So yes, that makes sense.
Well, that is, and I am pretty, as my friends call me, they make fun of me for being, you know, overly lovey-dovey sometimes. In love with the romantic idea of love, all that. Because Libra is Venus and it's connected to the 7th house of marriage. You know, if you think about the most married sign, it's probably Libra. But not going off subject a little bit, I do like the fact that Libra is not only that, they can be also very cerebral and associated with things like law, for instance, which is marriage, because marriage can be serious sometimes. Love can be serious.
Yes,
we forget about those things. And speaking of seriousness and that strong side of love, we should talk a little bit about compatibility, because compatibility is right up there with love, you know.
Yes. But before you do, what I wanna just throw in there, because I'm hearing in my ear that we want to also mention to those who may not be in a marriage that when we speak about love and marriage is really important for self-marriage, to love, to marry yourself. It's very important. It seems to be like a fad right now where people are literally going out and getting themselves a nice pretty ring to put on their finger to marry themselves, because to really get attuned to what you desire in a relationship with self, it then makes it a lot easier to be aligned to that other person that you have a contract with to marry as well. So I don't want to leave out everybody. You know, there might be some people saying, well, I'm not married, so this doesn't fit with me. So this does fit with everybody. That 7th house energy, that Libra energy is marriage for everyone, self and others. So as Kendrick was saying, we're going to speak about the comparability, to being comparable with someone else. So what are those signs?
Okay, well, first off, the easiest way to break it down is half and half. So if you look at particular charts, you know that water and earth connect easier together, and then air and fire go easier together. I want to start off by saying that any two signs within the zodiac can be very compatible and live a beautiful, loving, long-term relationship, because there's more than just the sun sign. We have to calculate one's whole chart. So when it comes to, like, you know, they're saying certain signs can't go together. In terms of pop astrology, the basis of it, maybe there's a little bit more tension with them. Like, for instance, maybe an air sign with the earth sign. There may be a little bit more work, but that overall chart can be very strong and very loving and very connected. But on a basis, usually, like I said, water and earth go together and air and fire go together. And you can mix that within itself too. So air, obviously, the same element goes with the same element. So air and air go perfectly together. Fire go really well together. Water, and earth, like that. But you can do crossovers, obviously. So when you look at, let's say, like a Gemini ideally go really well with other air signs like Libra or Aquarius. But they can also step out and do well with fire signs like Aries or Sagittarius, you know, or Leo, like that. So that's the basis of how it works. And it's quite interesting. And but I do want to point out once again, you can have any combination and do really well with love, because with anything, love takes work, you know, even if it is supposedly easy, you know, we all know that.
Yes. And it's like you said too, because again, it's not just the primary planets that we're looking at. You could be looking at the whole chart and see what's there. And at the same token, that other person may actually help bring more balance into the other person's lives as well. Even though they may have things that may not be comparable, they may bring more balance in, so they can create more love for the relationship. Because sometimes that happens too. And it's a part of our journey and lessons for why we're here. So if there is somebody out there who feels that they're with somebody and the relationship is so challenging and they feel like they're with the wrong person or they're not comparable, keep doing your work. Keep doing the work is what I recommend.
That's what I say too, Joe. You're right on the right track with that.
Yes, yes. So in regards to when we think about these planets, the zodiac signs and comparability, as you said, everyone's comparable in one way or another. There's no like if a specific zodiac sign gets together with another zodiac sign that it just won't work at all, right? There's no such thing as that.
I mean, I'm sure there are cases, but when you overall look at it, like I said, there's so many different layers to astrology. You have to dig deeper, and it takes a professional like astrologer or someone that's very knowledgeable of it to break that down and decipher and look deeper than just the basis of what you are, you know, because we're so much more than what astrology says we are. We take those characteristics, we get to choose how to use them. That's what makes us us, and that's what makes us unique. You know?
Exactly. So if somebody were to say to you, if they were having a reading with you, and they were to ask you, they're single and they're looking to meet somebody, and I know this may not necessarily be, well, actually it is because it's about astrology and a love language. What day of the week or what specific, we're going to go with what day of the week. I think that's easier. What day of the week would be the best week for that person if they were looking to get out to meet somebody? Is there a specific day of the week that they could do that?
Well, I that's not how I particularly do it. I look at it as a bigger picture. I would say maybe a particular month, but not day of the week. But I would say when you have highlights within your fifth house, or when the moon is in a particular phase, or you have associations with your seventh house going on. So I would take a look at one's chart, and if the moon or sun or there's a interesting move phase within that seventh house or fifth house area, that's the time I would tell them to focus more on love. And then that depends on what sign you are and your rising sign and your chart in general. So like if you're in Aries, usually around October, they have particular areas of love. If you're a Gemini, usually around December, you have highlights of love. Pisces, you're going to look at around September. So 7 months away from your birthday or your sun sign, that's usually very strong with highlights with partnerships and love. And funny enough, a lot of people get married 7 months away from their birthday or the month of their birthday. That happens quite a lot.
You had mentioned that to me in conversation. I thought that was quite interesting. So it's most people who get married, it's usually 7 months after their birthday. Is that what you just said?
Yes, or the month of their birthday or 5 months after their birthday.
That's so interesting. And now in regards to, is it in regards more to like, let's say obviously one person versus the other, like for example, my husband or I, like when we're looking at the birthday time frame, who would fall under more?
No, it just depends on one or the other, but I usually, it's the bride's day. So, but you can take a look at that. Yeah, but the husband is part of it too, so we can calculate and put him in the equation as well.
I got you. So theoretically, when we're looking at that date, so to speak, from either 7 months or 5 months, we're looking more or less at the bride side of it all, not so much the groom.
Well, I mean, I don't want to discriminate. I don't want to get in trouble, but it's just, a lot of times, because sometimes we have two brides and sometimes we have two grooms, so it just depends.
Yes, that's very true. That's very true. So yeah, I like the way that Kendrick did that to sort of make it even, and not causing any issues there. That makes a lot of sense. So again, Kendrick, go ahead and let everybody know how they can reach you, because we do have to take that other commercial break.
Okay, well, email me. It's very easy. You can email me at kendrickstar@gmail.com. You can also connect me with Instagram. I'm Kendrick Cortez Astrology on there. And like I teased earlier, you're so popular, Joe, that they can contact you and you can connect us.
There you go. And if you want to connect with me to connect with him, You know how to reach me, guys. It's real simple. You can just reach me on Facebook. We'll keep it simple right there. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with some more fun about astrology as the love language. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm CJ. The Author's Porch is a community where you find good books and good people. We collaborate with services that deliver quality to authors and publish a magazine for authors by authors. Come by, let us feature you or review your book. Coffee is always on, and no matter what time you arrive or where you come from, the porch light is always on.
Hello, my name is Nick Rafter, journalist, writer, editor. I'm happy to be offering copy editing and line editing services at competitive industry rates. If you have a book or any document that needs to be edited and thoroughly looked through, please contact me at nickrafter@gmail.com. Let's discuss how to get that work done. That's Nick Rafter, NICKRAFTER, @gmail.com. I hope to hear from you soon.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kitty Foss.
And I'm Amy J.
And we're Intuition of the Soul. We are a Facebook and YouTube group that has created a sacred spiritual place to look at your spiritual practices.
And there's too much to tell you about what we do, but let me tell you, we have weekly activities, we have monthly activities, and you are not going to want to miss our spiritual practitioner series. So join us on Intuition of the Soul.
Aloha.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. For those of you who are just tuning in, you're watching Joanne's Healing Within, and I'm your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne. And my guest is probably having some technical difficulties, but he'll pop back in a second. Until he does, just a quick reminder, if you are just jumping in, watching just right now, please remember you can go back and watch this on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and I think I mentioned them all. So here he is. He's back with us. So I think he's just adjusting. All right. Oh, we lost him again. In any case, today's topic is all about astrology as the love language. And Kendrick has shared some amazing insight regarding astrology as the love language. He mentioned about certain certain zodiac signs and houses in regards to the love language itself. So what we're going to do now, Kendrick, if you can you share one last tip with us regarding astrology as a love language? And then we're going to do a card reading if you're open to it.
Well, when I think about love, the first thing that comes to mind is honesty, and honesty with yourself and knowing yourself. So once you know yourself, once you're honest with yourself, you can enjoy the greatest benefits of love. So know who you are, be honest with who you are, and go out there and enjoy love.
Yes, yes. And also, too, which I'm going to throw him right off course, but I don't think I am, being that we do have Mercury right now in Cancer energy. And Mercury is all about communication, and Cancer is all about family and home. When we think about family, it doesn't have to be blood related. It could be all about friends that we love as well. So how can all of us use this Mercury Cancer energy right now?
Well, Cancer is the most nurturing sign of them all. Having Mercury in there, it makes it easier for us to communicate, whether verbally or writing. Forget about that, or email or talking, all that. So this is a good time to say what you want in terms of love, say what you mean, get out there, have great conversations, whether it can be positive or negative or what you can think is negative. Talk it out, get it out there, get those, voice what you want.
Excellent. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe next week Venus will be going into Cancer as well. So we're going to have a lot of help with our planets once again in reference to astrology as the love language to help us bring more love to the table with one another, whether it's blood related or friend related or just collectively sending out love. Love, love, love. Everyone can use love, so send it out to everybody. So, Kendrick, are you open to a reading?
I always love it, Joe.
All right. So Kendrick, if you wouldn't mind, just say your full name out loud 3 times so I can get into your energy.
Kendrick Cortez Greer, Kendrick Cortez Greer, Kendrick Cortez Greer.
Excellent, excellent. So Kendrick, what I like to do is I like to pull a card for you based on what the universe has in store for you, as opposed to asking you to focus on the question. Does that work for you?
I love it.
Okay. Yes. So this is how it's going to work. I am wrapping both Kendrick and I in this beautiful white light of energy. Actually, you know what? I'm hearing we're going to do a pink light of energy because pink is obviously a vibration of love. So I'm going to wrap the two of us up in love energy right now. And this is going to be what Kendrick needs to hear from the universe, what the universe has in store for him, what's coming up for him in his energy. So let's go. Oh, my. I can't make this stuff up if I try. Although the card's in reverse, we'll talk about that in a second. But the message here is unconditional love. Unconditional love, which means no conditions to love. But because the card's showing up in reverse, what I say when the card's in reverse is 2 things. We got to remember that we want to love unconditionally. So if there is something going on that might strike a chord to have a condition to loving something or someone or even yourself, to let that go. And also, too, when we think about that reverse, it could also be related to the sacral energy, which is the color that this card is. Sacral, when we talk about, as you were speaking about the moon's energy, it really is about loving the inner child that you are and allowing your inner child to surface more and more. Does that make sense?
It does.
Excellent. And when we talk about the number 9 and 6, the 6 energy is about healing on a deeper level, and also really connecting with family, which I know you have been doing. I mean, I know that you spend a lot of time with family. You've been going away a lot more frequently this year, which is great. That 9 energy is also about a transition that's about to take place for you. Okay? That unconditional love is also, again, when we think about the love word, that's the transition that we're in. There's something transitioning about that. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense.
I love that. I'm also being called to pull a second card for you. Is that okay?
Please.
Yes. They said that there's a part 2 to that card. So let's see. Interesting. New relationship. New relationship, which is why this made a lot of sense. There's a new relationship coming in for you. You must get grounded. Must get grounded in order to receive this new relationship. Does that make sense?
Yes.
2 and 8 is a 10. So this new relationship is also about your soul's purpose, the next chapter to your soul's purpose, because that 10 energy is associated with the 10th house, Capricorn, which obviously is in retrograde in Pluto. So what Pluto is doing to your relationships from before is destroying that old version, and it's allowing this new thing, new love to surface. A new relationship to surface. And what I'm hearing is a new relationship with yourself, but also a new relationship with somebody else. I love that message. What about you? Love that message?
I love it.
Yes. And do you feel like you are in that energy right now where you feel like you are starting a new chapter with a new relationship?
Yes, it pertained to my question. Yes.
Ah, love that, love that, love that. So there you have it. Kendrick received 2 cards today, one for the sacral energy and one for the root chakra. Sacral, again, is just to allow himself to let go whatever judgment, shame, guilt, or blame that he might hold on to, even though I never get a sense that Kendrick ever holds on to that stuff, but who knows, there might be a little something surfacing that the universe is reminding him just to let it go and love unconditionally, and that he is stepping into a new relationship with self and somebody else as well. Very important to be grounded and recognizing that this new relationship serves a huge purpose in your soul's purpose to what you came here to do in this lifetime.
Yes.
I love that. Thank you so much for allowing me in your energy today.
And thank you for giving. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you. And again, let our viewers know how they can reach you.
Email me, please, at kendrickstar@gmail.com or find me on Instagram at Kendrick Cortez Astrology.
Excellent. So guys, that's what we have for today. where we're going to be ending this portion. I'm going to be coming back and giving you the conclusion of today's show. And again, for those of you who just tuned in just a little while ago, you can definitely come and watch this on the replay. You can watch it on all the main platforms: Roku, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, YouTube. Oh my God, there's a list and I keep forgetting. Anyway, Kendrick, again, thank you so much for being here today and sharing about the astrology as a love language. I know I learned a lot, and I always enjoy being with your company. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
We're going to take that quick commercial break, and I'll be right back.
Hi guys, I'm Kendrick Cortez Greer, personal astrologer and astrological counselor here in Brooklyn, New York. I've been an astrologer for over 23 years now, providing astrological readings, counseling sessions, workshops, and corporate events all throughout the tri-state area. I've been very blessed and lucky to have clients all throughout the United States and beyond. If you're interested in a reading that is warm, heartfelt, honest, and conducive to speaking to one of your best friends, please contact me at 917-863-7528. You can also email me at kendrickstar@gmail.com. That's Kendrick, STAR@gmail.com. And for you Insta people, find me on Instagram at Kendrick Cortez Astrology. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Toodles.
Did you know that stress and unprocessed emotions can store in your body, creating more muscle tension and pain, causing illness and disease to flare up? With the help of Chakra Balance Reiki healing, you can begin to feel better within one session. Hello, I'm Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, your certified holistic personal trainer, intuitive healer, cosmic energy reader, medical astrologer, master of numerology, and the creator of the Chakra Balance Numerology Cosmic Energy Forecast Deck. And I would like to help you release issues from your tissues as you release emotional weight and begin to feel better physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. For more information, email healingwithin76@gmail.com.
Hello, and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. For those of you just tuning in, I'm your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne. You are literally in the last, give and take, 3 minutes of the show, not even. Anyway, I had my amazing guest, Kendrick Greer, on, our astrologer, who spoke about astrology as the love language. You definitely want to come back and watch, and you could do so on all the main platforms. To name a few of them: Roku, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, and YouTube. So what I like to do now is remind you, I will be back next Sunday, and I have my amazing guest, Gabriella, coming on, who is our medical intuitive and also the founder of Alive Health Solutions. She will be on next Sunday. I'm super excited to have her on with me. So if you're interested in knowing what she's going to be sharing, come tune in. I do believe there's a flyer there. I don't know if I saw it or not, but whatever the case is. So quick promos for all of our partners that have something to share with each and every one of you. So here we have it. We have Nick Rafter, who's our real estate agent. Then we have Joe Monkman, who offers spirit messages and energy insights. Then we have CJ Ives Lopez, who is the host and publisher of the Author's Porch podcast and magazine. We also have Katie Foss and Amy Martin, the host of Intuition of Your Soul. Then we have Dr. Terry Morse Wellness, and Kendrick Greer, our astrologer. And last but not least, we also have Lisa Nice, who is our independent beauty consultant of Mary Kay. So big shout out to all of them. Please reach out to any of them that you are interested in getting to know more about. Their information's on each flyer, and I am super excited to be here with you again today and look forward to being back here next Sunday. Please continue to watch, share, like, and comment because it does help, and I do look forward to seeing you all next week, same time, 3 p.m. Eastern. Enjoy this amazing week, and remember those planets that are going retrograde in addition to the ones that are, and Just trust that you're exactly where you need to be. And you don't have to go asking around to see if anybody else is where you need to be, because it's your journey and it's none of their business to what's going on in your journey. All right, guys, till next week, have a blessed day. Stay cool if you're someplace hot. And if you're someplace cool, stay warm, whatever it is. Bye-bye for now.